Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Don't Argue here. Yes, it is me. Quickly brought this awesome ass cap, the Freo one, and I just love the fact that Ben sort of gives me that old school vibe, which I love. But look, I'm here to do my ladder predictions. But before I get into it, just quickly, obviously tonight we have Carlton who take on the DEES, and I cannot wait to watch that game. Obviously, it gives us a bit of a preview, us of different teams a preview. We take on them, this other team on Sunday. But I'm looking forward to it. All jokes aside, it should be a good clash. Again, it's all about trying to see how we are, how we're moving along, how we're plotting along, and I'll give you guys my post-match review as well on that game. But in saying that, I just want to say thank you again to the new subscribers, new fans, and people who are commenting. I appreciate it. We're going to keep this going. We absolutely are. But in saying that, we're going to get straight to the ladder prediction, guys. So I had a bit of a thought here. I think a lot of people's top fours are roughly around the same, thereabouts, or even top fives. And obviously, when you get down to the bottom, it's a bit jumbly and a bit messy. But in saying that, for me, I wanted to try and think about teams that may be trying to tank potentially, right? As opposed to teams that are trying to do something. Because obviously, nobody gets into the Premier, to the AFL year by year. No team does, wanting to be last. It's just, you don't do that. Obviously, it comes with its perks. But I mean, ultimately, in terms of your fan base outlook, in terms of the reactions, it's not a great thing. Right? No team wants to finish dead last, and when you do, it's not a great feeling. 3, 2, 1, action. All right, so at last place I have St Kilda. Yeah, that's right. A lot of people are probably touting them to be a team that'll create stuff and maybe even be in their top 6. For me personally, I'm not too sure. I sort of see them as a team that have had their good and their bad. They've had some really good wins, and they've had some really bad losses last season as well. For me, when I'm looking at this team here, I just see a team that's probably in rebuild mode. Again, granted, hey, what I'm saying may probably not even register in your mind, but look, you got to put someone last there. That's why I have 17 for me. Gonna have the Bombers here. That's right. It's a bit of a big one there. I just don't feel that. I just feel like, for me, I think they're probably heading, much like Saints could possibly be heading into a rebuild mode. Granted, they've got some key players. I get it, but in saying that, some teams slip, and I think they're going to slip. For 16, I have North Melbourne. Yes, they'll do better than last season, but in saying that, again, young squad, rebuilding, adjusting. Obviously, they've got Francis Horn, so it's going to be really good to see how he sort of goes along. He's an SA boy too, so an automatic soft spot for me. But in saying that, I digress. It's going to be good to see how they pan out, but I don't see them making too much damage this year. There might be a team that'll make damage in the next couple of years, 3, 4, depending. But I see them as being 16. 15th place for me are the good old Adelaide Crows. Look, I think they've got enough to do a bit of damage. Granted, they've got a really good pickup in their draft. But I still think the errors there, I still think the key points that they need to address have still not been addressed. Forwards, for example, even some of their midfield. A lot of questions, but in saying that, I think the Crows should do better than last year. Yeah, again, they're just a prime example of a team that I think may be missing a few key pieces. But in saying, I see them coming in at 15th. 14th, I see Collingwood. That's right, the Pies. A lot of people love them or hate them. I don't mind them. But in saying that, I think, the addition of Dacos and, again, just some of their team thereabouts, I do see them climbing up a bit. They're a team, in my opinion, that'll be ready for in the next 3-4 years. That's what I think. I think they're a team that's ready. And obviously, again, with Grundy as well, you're not too sure what's happening there. So, again, possibly a team that's, again, on the verge of rebuild, but probably isn't. But I'm in saying that Dacos is a handy addition, should be able to help them. But 14th for me. 13th place, I have the Tigers. And without even trying to say too much, look, I personally am a big fan of the Tigers. I like their work. The players, obviously, it's awesome as. And I think what we're seeing now is a fall from grace. That's it. They were the talk of the town a few years ago, on everyone's lips, basically. But now I think we'll see the dwindling of a team that once was. That's not a bad thing. That's just the reality of sport. It happens. It happens all the time. Granted, they did pick up well, but in saying that, how can they mix? And I could probably be way off in this one here. Again, please note, I actually don't mind the Tigers. So for me to even say that, I'm somewhat low-key surprised. But you got to throw it somewhere, and I have them at 13th. At 12th, I have the Eagles. They probably won't drop down as fast as people think, but they're probably a team that won't, reach the heights that they have been before. Eagles, to me, again, with a list of injuries, players getting older and all that stuff there. They may even possibly sink lower depending on what they want to do, if they want to rebuild, all that stuff there. So again, a lot of questions there. But in saying that, I think the Eagles should finish thereabouts, between 12, 13, but I have them at 12. At 11th, I have the Suns. That's right. The boys in Queensland, they fire up, they get heaty, they get hot, and they go for it. It's one of those things where I think collectively as fans, we we actually want to see this team do well. We actually genuinely do. I mean, they've got a young team. Unfortunately, that King is out, for the season. But again, they've got a young, good team. Obviously, their 5th pick as well. The tall ruckman, just again, Andrews, that is, just a good selection, a good pick. You got Tuke Miller as well. This team here, I think, can do something. What you want to see from the Suns is progression. That's all you want to see. And for me, I don't want to be one of those guys who has them perched down below in the dungeon there somewhere in the ladder. No, I want to see them be someone who tries to rise, tries to fight. Because to be honest with you, this is a project team. I think, in my opinion, have been since they've obviously started, debuted all those many years ago. But again, when we get to the crunch time, you just need to see something. And I think this is the year where we see the sun rise. And that was a bloody beautiful pun. All right. Number 10, you guys are going to be surprised. Hawks. Yeah, that's right, Hawks. You know what? You're never really sure with your picks, really. That's the reality. The only thing that makes sense is literally what happens after the season. Nothing here makes sense, but I've decided to go with the Hawks. I see him jump a bit. I see him do a bit of flying. I see them do a bit of jumping here and there. Yes, I get it. Their list probably isn't the best, but I mean, overall, they're a team that's coming up. It's all about trying to see what they can do, but I do see them rising. I've got them at 10th place. Tell me what your thoughts. Maybe a bit high for some of you guys, but that is my thoughts there. Number 9, for the team that for the team that's so close yet so far, Carlton. Look, they've got a great list. They've got the Kerno Bros, right? They've got Chera as well, obviously. They've got Grant. They've Cripps. I mean, come on. They've just got a plethora of talent from the front right to the back. I see them improving, absolutely. They'll do better than they have in the last couple of years, but I just see them missing out just. Is it a cruel blow? I think so. Is it something that the team could do? I'm not too sure, but that is who I have there for my number 9. I just want to say sorry again to all you fans who are offended. When you make these videos, it's really tough because you almost got to be selfish in that sense that you got to be very self-occupied, very me when it comes to your team, right? And at the same time, you don't want to do too much damage to other people's teams. But the reality is, I mean, you got to be confident in your team. I suppose you just got to back them all the way, right? It is what it is. Let the AFL season decide, but you just got to back them. So, in saying that, apologies, but yeah, we'll carry on. All right. Number 8, Swans. The Swans. Swans will drop down a little bit. Look, Buddy Franklin, I think for me, is going to be a big question mark regarding, season health. Is he going to be able to compete on a regular basis? We've seen that he hasn't in the past, so will it catch up to him again? Obviously, again, they've just got a really great team. You can look at the midfielders, for example. You got Heaney up in there. I think they're an overall good team, but I think they do slip. I do have them 8th, though, however. Again, let me know what you think. Number 7, Freo, brah. Yes, that's right. I go for Freo. I got Fremantle there at 7. I think they do enough. I think the heartaches of yesteryear and the years before that have caught up. I think the boys are ready to sing a different song now. Instead of heave ho, it's up we go, because this is the time for it. Again, I'm going to be really brief here, but I think Freo and their combinations, obviously from the front, mid and the back, will do enough. They've got a young up and coming forward roster. Obviously some key signing trades too. But in saying that, Freo, I think, will be 7th. I think a lot of people do expect them to be thereabouts. You've got to be a really hard nut to not have them there. I think it's probably a more collective thing. I may be wrong, but I think it's something's in the air. Something's in the air, and I think people do hope or expect Freo to be in the 8, which again makes it harder. So, yeah, watch out for that. 6th place, I have the Giants. Look, this team here is ever improving. I think they are. And to be honest with you guys, I don't see them being knocked down. Last season was a good sort of a reminder, a good bit of a game for them. But I think this year here, they're going to take in their stride. Some good picks too during the draft. And obviously, we all know Toby Green, who we love. Some love, some hate. It is what it is. But look, it's going to be interesting. But I've got the Giants at 6. Number 5, Cats. Yes, the Cats. look, whether you like them, whether you don't, they are always there or thereabouts. That's the reality, and you just got to accept that. I don't see any different. This team here is always in the fight, and regardless of them losing some key players, so long as they've got Selwood, so long as they've got Dangerfield, Blitzvis, sorry if I pronounce his name wrong, and that forward whose name escapes me, but so long as they have those key players, they're always going to keep going. They're always going to keep fronting up. And this year, no different. We have the top four here, and again, the top four to me is always this is the be all end all, right? Top four picks usually you should usually get at least 2 or 3 right, because to be fair, if you know your football, I'm not saying I do, but if you do sort of get a glimpse or a sense of the game, again, I know it's crazy and that things always don't pan out. The sport is unpredictable, we get it, but usually speaking, form should usually indicate something. But again, in saying that, I digress. Side note, don't listen to me. Port Adelaide, number 4. Yes, Port. Again, a team that will be there again. And I've got them at 4th place. I don't see them, again, it's a team that's probably doing more than they should, but a team that can't quite finish it off. That's probably the way I sort of describe it. Again, so close yet so far, but I have them at 4th place. 3rd, I have are the Bulldogs. Yes, the losing grand finalists. I see them, again, being thereabouts. That's it. The reality is, I wouldn't be surprised if they took it. Pause. Just need to be honest. Anyway, 2, we have the Demons, the Dees. They, as we know, are the champions. They are the dudes that everybody wants to be the Demons, right? Like, that's the reality. You, myself, our teams we follow, besides anyone else who's a Melbourne supporter, we want our teams to be where they are. That's it. Reality. Some teams have the absolute audacity to get 3 in a row. Some teams only once ever. Some teams none. I want to change that. But in saying that, I have the Demons at 2. I think they're still going to be strong. I'm not sure if they're going to be as dominant as Tigers were. People are saying that these back-to-back, but I'm not too sure. I don't know. I may be wrong. Maybe my experience as a footy player compared to others is probably not, maybe we just see things differently. But I don't know. And the number 1, I have the Lions. That's right. The mighty Lions from Brisbane. The Queensland team. Look, I think this is their time to roar. I'm not going to say too much here, guys. But this is their time to roar. And to be honest with you guys, if I was a betting man, I think the Lions are a team to look for to win the grand final. I reckon either the Lions or Port. That's all I'm going to say. Those are my ladder predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And if you don't, sweet as, man, come again, you know what I mean? Just like all that stuff. I appreciate you being here, watching me. Take it easy, guys. See you guys next time. And hey, tell me your thoughts. But yeah, take it easy. And just remember, don't argue.